Spain, beer is much more than a drink. Beer is part of our way of enjoy the life. We enjoy beer along the week, no focus in the weekend, with family or with friends, and always with something to eat. It's the traditional and famous Spanish tapas.
Spain as a country, we don't have a lot of beer culture, but we have a lot of beer drinkers. We love beer. Because my generation, about people around 30, 40 years old, we started to go abroad. When you return to Spain, you would like to try and to taste that beer that you were tasting in Germany or England or Belgium, you know. So those flavors that are common on those countries, you couldn't find those in Spain. So that's why the craft movement started to develop very fast, and it had a very exponential growth about 12 years ago.
Beer is the cold drink with most impact in the Spanish economy. In terms of consumption, we are the third beer product at European level. And one important fact is close to the 90% of the Spanish consumption of beer is produced in Spain.
We can have like a brand name, we could call it beer from Spain. Why? Because the flavors are completely different. Our water is different.
We have different weather. It needs other kind of beers and other kind of products. Our products are really fresh.
It's not only water, barley malt, yeast, and hops. It's more than that. It's passion, it's local ingredients that you are going to mix with the beer, and definitely the results will be completely different. And those results, if you move that beer to other countries, they will find some part of Spain.
Now in these times, a lot of people from Europe are not possible to come in their holidays.
They try that beer, mainly could be like a Weizen with orange peel. You know, they will, click on the brains and they would say, hey, these flavors.
Thinking like I'm not in Spain, but I'm drinking a beer in a terrace in Spain. When we started years ago, the IPA opened mind to our consumers. Was the flag about thinking in craft beer. We put first in the market a different fermentation style. Was ale, the high level fermentation. But normally it gives us a new esters like fruity, herbal. Was totally different and new for the consumers. And then they put IPAs in the first place to the craft beers.
For me, research and development is speaking with some other brewmasters. Why? Because it's drinking beer, tasting beer, and speaking with people with a lot of knowledge in the market. If you only focus your business in technology, definitely you could produce beer in a lab, and the beer inside a lab would be completely, exactly the same. And that's not our market.
Xbox, for example, and not a lot of times is because people want to test different beers. They always have newest. Then this is our more difficult consumer, because they always want the last innovation. Then why not test one beer from Spain?
Some part of the success of my company or some other companies is having a very specialized equipment to produce very specialized beers. Maybe if you buy an equipment in Germany, you would produce excellent lagers, but maybe not so good pale ales. So That way I could produce using my own designs, brew house and also fermenters and some other parts of the brewery. We can produce beers from 0.5 alcohol up to more than 10% alcohol. I guess being green in the market is quite well related to craft.
At the end, we are doing a product for the people, but we have other kind of sub-products that we can use in other kind of industries. Like, for example, the used grain is used in our farms for animal meal.
We use some part of our spent grains to produce like pellets that can be used to burn and produce steam that we can use to boil the beer. So it's like a circular generation of energy. COVID for us is an opportunity. Definitely it hit us very hard. We're still producing beers. Also, we're still producing new beers and new beer recipes.
The Spanish beer sector will again continue to offer new products, new quality, with a high level of dynamics, with a high level of new products.
Then in the future, I think that herbal or fruity beers.
So definitely we need to focus on new markets. We need to evolve our exporting channel, and that's why we need to show what we are capable of putting inside the bottle.